Hello everyone, welcome back to Naomi's Bookshelf. We are going to do my TBR today. This is going to be an interesting one. We are challenging myself this month. I don't know what I'm doing to myself, to be frank. So I'm wanting to participate in two readathons. There's the Mental Health-a-thon, which is being hosted by a beautiful chaos of books, Nicole over there, and I think What Victoria Read. And then I'm also wanting to participate in the Medieval-a-thon, which is Holly Hart's books. So I am very excited to be doing both of them. Holly just put out the challenges today for the Medieval-a-thon. So both readathons are all month long, from the 1st to the 31st. So let's just jump into this too long TBR. So the first book that I am reading, it will be a buddy read. I will be reading Dark Matter by Blake Crouch with Berna from Berna's Bookish Adventures. So this one I don't really know anything about. I've heard a sci-fi thriller and that's all I know. It's gonna be interesting. I've owned this book for a long time, but I'm a little scared of it, to be honest. I think I'm not into normal sci-fi books, so this is going to be pushing me a little, and I'm glad to buddy read it. In regards to Medieval-a-thon, this will take the place of the pet aspect where you get to pick your animal companion. I'm picking a horse, so I feel like this is a tall hardback. So yeah, that's the prompt, a tall book, and this is definitely one of the big ones that I own, or at least all the same size. The next book that is definitely going to happen in May is The Two Towers by J.R.R. Tolkien. I will be buddy reading this with Victoria Reads Too Much. We buddy read The Fellowship of the Ring together, so we're going to buddy read this. So this is going to be quite interesting. I just know it's a continuation of the first one where the adventure really started picking up at the very end of the last one, so I'm hoping for a really fun adventure ride with this. So for the Medieval-a-thon, this will count as my yellowed book for the wardrobe aspect for picking my character's outfit. So this will be the yellowed edition. I think you might be able to tell here. Yeah, you can definitely tell here. It's a bit yellowed. So the next prompt that I will be definitely attempting to get to, I really would like to read this chunker of a book, is Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. So this is book 5. I am in the middle of book 4 right now. Really enjoying it, and I am glad to continue my reading. This will be my prompt for something pointy on it, as there is a very pointy tower there. That will be for Medieval-a-thon for the sword, but also this will be for Mental Health-a-thon for PTSD. My next physical book is one that I am kicking myself that I have not read yet. I did receive an ARC of this from NetGalley, and I just wasn't able to read ebooks right now, or at all. So I have managed to find a physical copy of The Forgotten Home Child by Guinevere Graham, and this one I'm gonna try to fit it into Mental Health-a-thon, as I feel like this has a lot of depression in it, maybe some anxiety, and also it's not very clearly stated because it takes place in the past. This is about a bunch of children who were taken from England and brought to Canada, basically to be adopted into these homes, but really they were treated as slaves and slave labor. They were paid nothing, or they were starved, beaten a lot. I'm already at a point, I am about a third and a half in, about a third in, maybe almost halfway, and this does contain discussion of sexual assault, so it is not an easy read. It's definitely hard-hitting, but I am in love with the writing style, and I feel like this is a very important story. So I will be definitely finishing this up, and I am trying to count it. I will see if I can fit it into Mental Health-a-thon, because I do feel like this has some like traumatic events happening to children, or sexual assault and like the PTSD with that, but also depression of not being able to get out, and anxiety from this situation as well. And I think for the last physical read, I will be reading The Escape Room by Megan Golden. This one sounds really fascinating. It sounds like a bunch of co-workers or people are stuck in an escape room, but they have to actually kill each other to leave, or this one has to die first. So it's gonna be interesting. This is one of my top 10 books I wish I had read in 2020, which I have been trying to read now, or which I wish I had read last year, and I'm trying to read now. And I have not been having success with this project. It has not been a very good experience so far. So I'm hoping this one changes that. Sounds very intriguing to me, and it's not overly long, and it's a thriller, which is, I think, what I just need. Something high action and not driving Miss Daisy. Also, I should mention that Escape Room will count for the shield aspect of Medieval-a-thon, as it is a book I am anticipating to give 5 stars to. So there are a couple more books to be added to this list that I don't have physical copies of, which is very frustrating. I really don't want to read ebooks right now. It's very hard for me to focus on them and to actually pick them up. So it's a little annoying, but I have several ebooks that I do need to get to, one of which being Hospital Sketches by Louisa May Alcott. This is a nonfiction, I believe, about her time when she was a nurse in the war. So I will be picking that up for the Louisa May 2020 read-along. I also have I decided to pick this up for Mental Health-a-thon as well as some of the others, but I am scared to death to pick it up because it's so short, but it's apparently not for the faint of heart, and that would be 10 Days in a Madhouse by Nellie Bly. Basically, she posed as an insane woman and got herself admitted to this hospital to uncover what was going on. It's an expose about her time there. She only spent 10 days, and then they managed to get her out the newspaper, and then she wrote this big expose about it, and it was disastrous to the health care community and what they really were doing behind closed doors. So apparently it's very hard to read, and I'm not super excited, but I do want to really pick it up and learn more about this and like this time in history and how these women were treated. It sounds very intimidating, but I am excited to pick it up in that way. So that will be for my Mental Health-a-thon. There's a bingo card. I'm not sure where everything fits on this, but I will be plugging away, and then I will show you the bingo card at the end of the month at my wrap up and where the books all fit on there. I will be trying to read Turtles All the Way Down by John Green. This will be for also Mental Health-a-thon. It was one of the picks by one of the hosts, and I am excited to try to get to it if it comes in time. I have read 2 John Green books and enjoyed them. I'm not a young adult fantasy I'm not a young adult reader, but I do enjoy some, and I have enjoyed his work previously. So I'm gonna pick up Turtles All the Way Down. So of the rest of the books that I have to read, they are all arcs, which I need to read for NetGalley. They come out during May. I'm going to try to get to them. I am filming this on Wednesday, and I'm hoping I can get to them, some of them, by the end of the month, but if not, they will definitely be on next month's TBR, and I will be hopefully able to read them with my eyes. So they are A Study in Murder. I'm gonna just pop up the picture here. It sounds like a detective writer there's a murder that's been committed, and the people think that the detective or the novelist who writes detective mysteries committed the murder. Sounds fun. The next one is Jane Austen Society, the Jane Austen Society, which sounds like about, I think, women in the 40s and men in the 40s, like group of people after World War II, I believe, who connect over a love of Jane Austen. So that'll be really great to read in advance for Jane Austen July if I can send out a good review about it. The next one is Women in Power in Anglo-Saxon England, I want to say is the title. It's a long one, and it's a nonfiction about the queens who ruled England. I am also really excited for this. It's been a while since I picked up, I feel like it's been a while since I picked up a nonfiction, like history nonfiction, so I'm excited to give this one a try as well. Then I also have a Girls' Weekend, which comes out in June. So this is the only one that I would be possibly putting off, but I really don't want to. So this one sounds kind of like In a Dark, Dark Wood, but on an island, I think. So it's like a girls' weekend, and they all go to this place, and then someone dies, and it's a thriller. That's what I've seen, heard about it, that's what I've seen about it and heard about it, and I'm excited to pick it up and experience it for myself. So the last arc that I really would like to get to, but I'm not sure if I'm in the right mood for it, would be Like a Flame in the Night, which is a Connellan Cassette book, which I was approved of right before it was released in March, and I still have not read the one before it, so I have that one at the library. I might read that one. I might really try to pick up that one and then pick up Like a Flame in the Night, but I'm really not 100% on if I will get to that or not. So that is my TBR. I think I counted up to being like 12 books, and I am hoping that I can actually do this, seeing as I have more physical reads. I hope I can really just cram through those ebooks and get them done. But please let me know down below if you are participating in any of these readathons, if you are reading any of these books, because I would love to hear if you are going to be reading them or if you have read them and if you love them, so I'll prioritize them a bit more. Also with the arcs, please let me know which ones you'd like to see my review for, because I would definitely like to prioritize those ones first. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you all next time with another video. Bye for now.